Welcome to the Switch Clicks Podcast, episode 86, recorded on May 31st, 2022. Tonight, we'll be attempting to predict Nintendo's next presentation that may or may not be connected to Summer Game Fest and E3. I'm Kaiser, right here with my fellow hosts,
We're not
Nathan
ready yet.
and Dakota.
Yo.
We are returning to Linktober's Zelda Creator Con, a weekend-long digital convention celebrating the Legend of Zelda franchise through various creators from all around the community, June 10th to June 12th.
Last year, Tyler and I did a sorta AMA, but this year, we're going so much bigger.
Introducing Triforce Trivia, a live Zelda game show experience that tests your Zelda knowledge.
Hosted by Dakota and Nathan, contestants that are randomly chosen from the Zelda Creator Con Discord will answer a series of multiple choice questions for a chance to win Zelda-themed prizes.
Bring your wisdom, muster your courage, and show your power on Saturday, June 11th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time.
Streaming on Discord and the Switch Clicks YouTube channel, check out linktober.com for more details.
E3 is possibly around the corner.
Well,
But
technically it's not, but...
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate.
I know. I wonder why.
But everyone's kind of still doing their thing.
Of course.
Except Nintendo has been really quiet.
Well, Nintendo obviously has to be quiet. What else are you supposed to be? I mean, there's a Pokemon presentation coming along soon.
There's a trailer tomorrow morning. By the time this episode releases, it will already be released, so hopefully it's a good one.
Don't keep your hopes up so much, alright?
Well, I will always hope it's good, but I won't keep my hopes that high. Other than Pokemon, Nintendo will likely do a direct sometime in the second week of June, like how they always do.
June 14th.
Sometimes in the third, yeah.
Probably June 14th, so.
And I kind of have my list of potential announcements they could do.
Yeah.
I do think that internally, Nintendo is kind of struggling with some delays.
Yep.
Be the three!
Easily.
Which
Which
means
means the three! Oh, sorry.
Which means we probably won't get too many like brand new games, other than maybe like tiny ones. But we'll
Like,
probably be
wait,
focusing on. They'll probably focus on games that we already know of, but they're gonna probably expand on them. For example, like again, Breath of the Wild 2, and probably a bit of Splatoon 3, if I had to assume.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all the easy stuff that's been announced so far.
Oh, wow, it's like another prediction cross off the table, even though it's pretty much guaranteed.
Now, what are the chances that you would expect them to release another trailer for Breath of the Wild 2?
I think it's pretty high for them to do the last trailer for Breath of the Wild 2, but the question is how much of a trailer will it be?
It's going to be a trailer. It will showcase, I don't know, gameplay, I don't know, some sort of story, alright? Graphics, alright? Music, all the typical things you would see for the trailer. I'm more interested in, like, kind of the presentation of how it's going, right?
Mm-hmm.
I sort of devised, I kind of fantasized what the intro of the game would be. I think they're gonna subvert expectations again with this game, I feel.
Oh, wow. What was the last time they did that?
Oh gosh. Dakota was clearly
Yeah.
disappointed the last time they did that.
Of course, I was disappointed in Three Hopes, alright?
Just, don't keep your hopes up.
Of course, I only have two hopes. Bayonetta 3 and possibly another Fire Emblem remake. Alright? Well, speaking of Fire Emblem remakes,
Speaking of which, yep.
yeah, so many rumors flying all around about another Echoes game, alright? Shadows of Valencia.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a success, even though it's on on the latter lifespan of the 3DS.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Definitely one of the best in terms of presentation, but now we're on the Switch, all right. And well, as you can tell from the past podcasts, I'm not super big on Three Houses, all right. Not super big, but older titles of older Fire Emblem titles, to be exact. I'm far more excited to see how they'll be reimagined. Hopefully, without And I do mean this without an Avatar character in it.
Okay, that's fair enough. We're definitely gonna get another glimpse at a Mario game because they never seem to stop with that.
I wonder which one.
So because we're getting a sport game already, that's already crossed off the list.
Oh wow.
We've gone a Mario. We haven't. It hasn't been too long since a Mario Party game, so there's definitely not gonna be a Mario Party game. Um,
Oh wait, I mean, we could always
I'm
get Mario, the Super Mario movie, the game.
Oh, no.
Oh no! Oh dear gosh!
I mean, they probably won't announce that at E3 when they haven't put a trailer out for the movie yet.
Yeah, that's maybe.
Chances are they won't, just
Yeah.
based on previous history of because Universal has the rights to show off that. But then
Not to
again, they did
mention-
show off the
Not to mention
casting.
elimination stuff.
Well, yeah, that's true because typically Nintendo's like they would keep their other stuff separate, like what they did with the Super Nintendo World. But I don't know. We'll see, we'll have to see what happens because it goes either way.
Definitely
Um,
something to wait on.
Speaking of Mario games, one kind of crazy prediction I have is that we could get a Mario and Luigi game because it has
Yes!
been a very long time since
I
one of
wonder why.
those.
Oh man, I wonder why they have been out. Oh wait, I know. Bowser's Inside Story on the Switch, plus Bowser's Minions. I wonder why that didn't sell well. I sure wonder why.
Well, that was
'Cause
on the
they
3DS,
never-
but yeah.
Because
Oh,
they
yeah,
were
I mean,
dreaming. They
still
were
same
dreaming.
thing.
They were dreaming too much about the alpha.
Of course.
True.
Oh boy, I sure can't wait for. Yeah, I mean, they're honestly like the Mario Luigi RPGs are like great as hell, but I wouldn't kill for one yet. At least it'll be
Faithful.
interesting to see how they would do it on the Switch though. But
Just imagine
Ah.
co-op. I'm kidding. That's a terrible idea. Well, it works fine in co-op in the sense that you can technically do combat together, but in an
That-
overworld sense, it's going to be a disaster.
no, it's more so the RPG sense really. It's a turn-based RPG for one. Don't forget about that.
But
All right.
RPGs were RPG. I mean, you could do team RPGs. Like just look how Pokemon handled it.
Oh yeah, look at how Xenoblade does it. Except it's a single-player game. I
So
wonder how that
it's
works.
okay. It could work. It's just we'll have to see what happens. Just
It's kind of the hard part about implementing like multiplayer like RPGs, especially JRPGs,
yeah.
is really just redeveloping the entire foundation for it. And for Mario and Luigi, those games were meant to be single player, focused on timing. All right, timing.
Oh,
Just don't let the guy. Just don't let the guy from Paper Mario and the Origami King, whoever invented the those
Circles.
mechanics, those are horrendous. Who thought of that? That was the
Skill
worst
issue,
idea
skill
ever.
issue, skill issue, skill issue, skill issue, skill issue, skill issue.
Not a
Origami
skill issue.
King-
It's just that every battle is somewhat random that they run into you, and then it also takes so long for a fight to end.
Well,
I've
it's-
played
it's
longer
nowhere-
fights.
There is a lot worse than Origami King. Trust me.
Yeah,
There's
like
a-
Elden Ring.
But
At
like
least Elden Ring is fun, and I can try something different every time.
Origami King has a
Yeah, but you're
super
still not
underrated
good.
has a super underrated soundtrack. Okay.
Oh yeah, every goddamn Mario
Nintendo-
Luigi game is banger, all right? No matter what game, there will be bangers, all right? Nintendo will always guarantee that. That
What do you think?
You got
what do you-
Inheritors of Light in FE4. You got Samus's theme from Super Metroid, all right?
Yeah.
And we got the Advance Wars music, which I hope there's a release date for Advance Wars again. Actually, despite current issues
Well,
at this date.
I'll just leave it ambiguously at the expense of current events.
Oh yeah, most
but-
definitely.
But when you mentioned Samus, what are the odds we'll get something Metroid in this?
Oh wow, I sure can't wait for another Metroid Prime 4 delay.
Okay.
When was that delay even announced?
2019.
2019. So we
early
still have
2019.
3 years into development. Probably the average game takes about 4 years. So we
That could be
still
longer.
could get maybe a port for the trilogy, but we probably won't see much about Metroid Prime 4.
Slow Out 2 had its teaser in
Yeah.
like roughly 3-ish years after Breath of the Wild was finished.
Yeah.
2019, like, you know, if you're
I mean,
kind
that
of
game had it kind of already done. They just
half
need
done.
to move some assets, pretty much.
Well, I mean, if it took them this long, if it took them like
If it's just moving assets, that's
5 years,
that's not even an
6 years,
excuse.
if it's taking them 6 years to move assets around, I think that's a little more than moving assets.
It's
Well,
more.
yeah.
'Cause there's literally
Same engine, but it's heavily modified.
you have to modify continuously because they have to make every Metroid Prime game different from the last. As you got Metroid Prime, Echoes, and then Corruption. Each significantly changes. All right.
Federation
And speaking of like those trilogies, Federation Forces. I genuinely do like that game. Actually,
It's a
it's
good.
chilly. It's
I
chilly
think
a bit
I think
blast.
I got hated on too much for what it was worth.
For the most part, it's like not a mainline Metroid game, all right? It is not your Fusion. It is not your Super. It's not your Zero Mission. It's
It's
not
not.
your Metroid 2.
It's not something other.
Mm.
Um.
Oh, oh wow. The other M. I wonder if that'll come to the Switch.
I mean, like, Koei
Yeah,
Tecmo
yeah.
can technically redeem themselves if they ever rework
You
like
think they're gonna
other
redeem
ends.
themselves after Three Houses? Maybe.
I mean, they kind of already split the fan base of like Zelda and Fire Emblem, so I mean,
Not even split. It. It's mostly on the graphics part, but honestly, I'm indifferent right now. And
okay,
speaking of Zelda,
there
you
could be
know,
one game to replace Breath of the Wild 2 for this year.
Or two.
I'm not holding my breath on 2 because I Nintendo really does not like releasing combo packs or collections. That's
I,
what that's what's been established, I think.
I wonder
Yeah.
what the first game will be. Oh boy, I hope it's not Twilight Princess
Wind Waker HD.
And
again.
Twilight, probably. Either
Twilight
or.
Princess
And
HD.
okay,
Okay, the chances of the Wind Waker HD coming for Twilight Princess HD is much higher. Obvious for
Yeah.
obvious reasons.
just give me vanilla Wind Waker, all right? I want to see those crusty graphics, all right?
I don't know why people really dislike the Wind Waker HD's art style. Like I know it's less
I think it's
cartoony, but I think in contrast, it brings cartoon to life
it
in a
looks
way that
beautiful, yeah.
it looks beautiful. Like it makes the colors look so vibrant.
Check out our Play It by tier for more
Uh,
information.
No,
Exactly.
don't do that.
Exactly.
Don't do that yet. Watch this whole podcast and then watch the Play It by Tier, all right? We need those views.
Yes,
Please, please, please,
but
please,
I really
please.
doubt we're gonna get the Wind Waker or Twilight Princess this year. Like
All
I
right,
have
time to
At
clip
least,
that,
at least
ship it when we
together.
get to October, when it's actually out.
exact. I have full doubts just because we had Skyward Sword as our previous major release.
And that was only last year.
That
Yeah,
was
but
only
don't
last
forget.
year. They're
Yeah,
not
but
gonna go
don't
full
forget
blown every
about.
year.
Yeah, it's like, oh boy, here's a Zelda game. Here's another Zelda game. I wonder what this
Oracle of
is.
Ages, Oracle of Seasons remakes. There's a
I,
very high chance just because of the engine that they used for Link's Awakening.
I would genuinely love to see that. Actually,
I would too.
Oracle of Seasons is actually one of my favorite Zelda games of all time.
Highly underrated.
I would
And it
say
kind of has,
underrated.
it
It's
almost has the
like,
same like age problem as Link's Awakening
Does yeah, you
and
can't.
accessibility.
Yeah. Oh
oh,
well,
oh yeah,
shit.
sure, accessibility. Yeah.
You could kiss your 3DS eShop goodbye.
Yeah, I think
Oh
it was
well.
this week or
I always
last week
have
that was
I
dead.
always have many means to play those games.
And well, there's the last one I had in mind, and that was a potential either re-release or a remake of the Minish Cap. And the only reason I say this is because this game is probably the most important Zelda game you need to play, save for
First
Breath of
game,
the Wild. The most important Zelda game to play before you play Breath of the Wild 2.
the most
I
important Zelda game to play before Breath of the Wild is Tingle's Rupee Land.
get out.
You know I'm right. You know I'm right. All right.
I
You know I'm
believe.
right.
Well, maybe I could review that someday.
Oh
Tingles.
yeah, it would definitely be an interesting review on both
Wink,
parts.
wink. Nudge, nudge.
Nudge, nudge.
Yeah, we're gonna give this band a hard time to I don't know, review.
Just wait a few more months until
A few more years, maybe.
few more years, maybe a few more months. Who knows?
Maybe a decade.
Okay, one more question for everyone here. What do you think Nintendo's gonna introduce? Revive a franchise in this, or at least continue a very niche series here?
Oh boy, sure can't wait for F-Zero to not come back.
I saw a lot of F-Zero kind of flying around with no basis on a rumor, but I think that now that we're getting Mario Kart tracks every few months, they probably won't release an F-Zero game, which is just another competitor to Mario Kart, at the same time. If anything, we'll get an F-Zero once that DLC is finished.
You don't want to
If it
repeat
will
the same
ever
mistake.
finish.
If they'll ever finish, oh, that's true.
Yeah, I think
They might
it's
just add
through
more.
2023 or something, right? 2024.
Yeah.
It's a long time though.
Yeah.
I just want to see some more F-Zero tracks that are the Big Blue, all right, or the Big Blue, Blue Big, all right, Big Blue. Sorry if I have to
That track
repeat,
hurts
all
a
right,
lot. That track hurts a lot.
Big Blue and Mute City, all right,
Those
Yeah.
tracks hurt so much.
iconic
speaking-
tracks, but why?
Especially-
I don't want them to be the only tracks people know.
Yeah, and speaking of that, we'll probably get a shadow drop for the next batch of DLC for Mario Kart.
Probably.
I wonder what that happens.
We're easily gonna get some DLC trailer for there.
Which is kind of sad because they already leaked it in the code, so we already know the tracks that are coming.
Oops.
Yeah. Whoops. I guess we're not. I guess we're not gonna be surprised.
No, I haven't checked it out.
I mean, I only remember one of them because it was my favorite map. So.
Oh, lame. If it's Dakota's favorite map, it must not be good.
Well, I think it's also Tyler's favorite map.
Lame.
What,
It's also Dakota's favorite map. It also must not be good.
I really hope though that they don't waste time in this direct and have a 20-minute segment.
Yeah, we'll probably get a lot more JRPGs.
Oh,
20
boy,
minutes.
AKA Snooze Fest.
I wouldn't mind.
Wait for Shin Megami Tensei 6 to come out.
Says no one ever.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, there were mixed reactions for
What?
SNT 5.
Yeah. Why do you think? Everyone forgets about SMT 5 because it's the fifth installment of a spin-off to SMT did better than.
Oh no, it's not that. It's because how you could choose your ending compared to being locked into a route, compared to the other games, like actual hardcore SNT fanatics did not like it.
I wonder if we can. Well, I wonder what happens if we were to, I don't know, talk about them a little more and make a video out of them and then put them on some sort of list.
I don't like that'll ever happen.
Sure, maybe.
Oh, 1 year.
Well, we will find out.
I'm not gonna be the one reviewing it. I got too much bias.
Oh, shoot. I forgot one more game. Mario plus
What
Rabbids.
game?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that game was a thing.
They have yet to say give us a release date for that, other than simply the year. So I'm almost expecting to see that if Ubisoft isn't showing it in their own presentation.
I wonder what that's for.
Looks like Ubisoft. Let me check if Ubisoft is going to be doing stuff.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna do stuff? Nah.
They have not announced anything for 2022.
Why would they announce stuff?
So it's just Mario plus Rabbids that have a 2022 release. That's it. Oh,
yeah,
and also your typical Just Dance.
Yeah. Chances are they might have the developer come on screen and just say some stuff about the game, which would be nice.
I think they're gonna have to try really hard to surprise us this year, though. There's nothing that's guaranteed. We don't know what we're getting in this, other than the games that have been announced already. And there's nothing that we know that the whole general fan base wants outside of the games that we're currently waiting for. We don't know that there's gonna be for example, in the past, we already knew there was going to be a Smash fighter in the Direct.
I wonder what that's for.
We knew that there was going to be Breath of the Wild 2 last year because they
I wonder what
explicitly
that's
said so.
for.
I don't know. It's I'm mildly scared about this, but like at the same time, my expectations aren't as high as it was last year, just because we already know like half the stuff that we're getting this year,
We're getting
and
stuff?
also next year. Well, yeah, first time ever technically.
Oh my god.
But yeah, there's a lot to look forward to, but there's also a lot to.
Thank you for joining us in discussing our predictions for Nintendo's next presentation, if they ever even reveal it. We would love it if you could follow us on Twitter and listen to future episodes on Spotify and iTunes. Now, no pressure. Join our community Discord server to continue today's discussion, and we'll be seeing you next time on the Switch Clicks podcast.